What is up, everybody? Shawnee D Man here, and welcome back to the channel. And welcome back, my very special guest, Jimmy, the Chris T. And we are bringing this
What's up?
video on a Monday. And this is our series review of WandaVision. We both watched it this past Friday, and we both, waited after we both watched it, and then we were going to just get into it. So by this point, everybody should have seen Wanda, like the entire series. So obviously, if you haven't, then just click away. But this is probably going to be a little spoilery. So what we're going to do, we're going to talk about the series finale, and then we'll just give a broad, idea of what we thought about the series as a whole. And Jimmy, do you want to go first?
Um,
Like, what were your thoughts about
sure.
episode
Um,
9?
man. Sorry, I like literally just finished watching Spider-Man 2.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh.
So like that all went in and then like immediately now I'm in like Spider-Man land. But okay. So the finale. Definitely there were some things that were expected.
Right.
And then I feel like the finale was really great.
Mm-hmm.
There were certain things that I hyped myself up for that didn't happen, but I feel like everybody had things like that.
I think everybody. I'm pretty sure.
And in reality, it was a little bit more of a closed story. Like honestly, I figured that they would kind of end on a note that kind of teased Doctor Strange too, which it still may. Given that last post-credit scene, I feel me and Dana were talking. I wonder if she is the reason that the multiverse is opened, because she's messing around with this dark magic that she doesn't understand. And we were speculating, like, what if she is not the main villain, but what if she is an antagonist in Doctor Strange too? By like maybe she's under some kind of possession or something because she's fooling around with this dark magic. But yeah, it was pretty cool to see her in her. What was that? She like projected like herself.
Are you talking about in the post-credit scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you once you finish your side of it.
And we have her like reading the Darkhold and in that
which was confirmed. I think everybody kind of
realized
which was nice that they tied in that from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so that was pretty cool.
It was good that they but to see her with her little, Dan was like, she must have met with Doctor Strange. She's doing the same thing that he does. And I was like, no, she's just reading the spells and working her magic.
Right.
Yeah, the post-credit scene was pretty cool.
Which one? The first one or the second one?
Oh, both were cool. It was cool to see. Now that was one theory I had that I don't think I talked about, but it actually did come true that there were Skrulls.
Okay.
Or at least one Skrull. Mm-hmm. I thought that it was going to be the Monica talks about. I think it's like some kind of engineer friend that she has in the first. Right. I think it's in episode 4. She talks about she's gonna have to call an engineer friend of hers, and I assumed that like that was gonna be a Skrull because of
really.
Well, because of Monica's ties with the Skrulls because of her mother, and I mean she lived with.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And, I didn't honestly didn't think about that. But that is it's a good point.
But yeah, it's cool to see that that they made a comeback. I wonder where it's going to go.
Right.
As far as now, okay, best moment of the finale, in my opinion, was White Vision recalling all of his memories.
Yeah, that was.
And I'm so interested to see where they go with that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And again, like we were talking, I don't think after this, I don't think that Wanda and Vision will get back together, because my theory is that because of like what we know about White Vision from the comics, I think that he's going to have all of his memories, but he's basically going to be like an emotionless,
right.
Robot almost, because not necessarily. I mean, he's not going to be. I think he'll rejoin the Avengers, but he'll, because the Mind Stone, if you think about it, is pretty much what gave him a soul almost, and emotions and feelings. And now that that's gone, yes, he has his memories. He knows who he is, but it's the same thing as like any artificial intelligence knowing, having memory. It doesn't mean that they have emotions or feelings. So I think that may be where they go with it. If not, I still don't think that Wanda and Vision will get back together, just because of all the trauma. And I don't think that she'll see White Vision as Vision, honestly.
Okay.
But other than that, everything else was cool. It's cool to see Wanda and Agatha going at it. A little messed up how she it,
you're talking about what Wanda does to Agatha? Or yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, which I'm glad they did what they did, and they didn't kill off Agatha.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't do that, because obviously
I think we talked about that.
Yeah, we did. I told you that
we didn't want her to be killed off.
Yeah. Because she could potentially come back in Multiverse of Madness. Maybe I'm not sure how they would make that work, but just now introducing her in WandaVision like this, and then I think Multiverse of Madness, it doesn't come out this year. It comes out next year, I think. I think they've already done.
I think it was supposed. Yeah, it was supposed to come out this year, but with COVID.
I think they've already started some production on the movie, but I can't really remember. So with the second post-credit scene where Wanda's by herself. Now, interesting fact. So how in Doctor Strange, when he does the astral projection,
that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
his body is kind of like
ghostly.
Well, yeah, he has his astral self. He has his astral self and his physical self. The physical self kind of goes unconscious when he leaves his body. But Wanda was doing both at the same time. She had her physical body moving and her astral form studying the Darkhold at the exact same time. And what I meant to bring this up last time that we talked, but I got my answer in this series finale, is that Wanda is basically more powerful than Doctor Strange.
Agatha says it. Yeah,
I know.
She says you're more powerful. The Scarlet Witch is more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme.
Which I was kind of like, because that was a question.
Yeah, I'm a little. I mean,
no. I don't have a problem with it. That was something I was asking myself at a certain point watching the series. I was just like, because when Agatha,
she's insanely powerful.
Yeah, when Agatha talks about it, in my mind, I'm like, is she stronger than Doctor Strange? And then I got my answer in this episode, and yeah, she is stronger than Doctor Strange. Now, Doctor Strange has more experience,
for sure. Yeah.
Which I feel like, I had one theory. I had not really a theory, but I kind of figured what I thought might happen is that Wanda flies off at the end of the episode, and I thought she was going to go to Doctor Strange.
That's exactly what me and Dan were saying. Yeah.
And that's what, and maybe not show it in the series, but like at a certain point, maybe at the beginning of Multiverse of Madness, she's training with Doctor Strange on how to control and learn her magic and everything. And she does something that causes a ripple effect across the multiverse. But no, she's by herself. She's studying the Darkhold, and then at the end, you get the Tommy and Billy calling for their mom.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's an interesting thing too. It's like,
I wonder if they're being held in like a dark.
this is
dimension.
This was what I was telling somebody on Twitter several weeks ago. This is maybe around episode 5 or 6. And I told him, I said, because everybody is associating this Wanda series, the series, and Agatha was Mephisto. And I said, and I told somebody, I said, well, what if Nightmare is really the true villain in this whole situation? Now, obviously, you didn't really get Agatha was technically the villain of the series all along, and there wasn't any otherworldly, villain in this series. But that begs the question towards the end of the second credit scene, when you hear the boys call for Wanda, who has the boys? Now, obviously, everybody's going to think Mephisto, but what if it's actually Nightmare that has them? What if Marvel just switched it a little bit? Because it feels a little too soon, maybe not, to bring in a character like Mephisto.
I mean, he's basically the devil.
Yeah. Plus the way you have the Phase 4 is setting up. Because obviously with Mephisto, you would associate him with more of Ghost Rider anyway, I would assume. I mean, obviously there's other characters that Doctor Doom's dealt with Mephisto plenty of times, and other heroes have dealt with Mephisto, but maybe the kids are being held by Nightmare instead of Mephisto. But I mean,
I know that a lot of WandaVision is based off of the House of M comic.
Yeah.
And I know that Mephisto plays a pretty big part in that comic.
Yeah, so I mean,
sure. That's another reason why a lot of people speculated that he would be in it. But and just like his ties to the Darkhold.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, that still could be the case, is that Mephisto is still, in control of everything. But
I gotta say, sorry.
No, I was gonna say we found out that the fake Pietro is, I guess, a resident of Westview.
Just a random guy.
Just a random guy. And then
I feel like that out of all the things, I feel like that probably disappointed people the most. Was that, I mean, at a certain point, after his second appearance on the show, I was like, I don't think that they're going to take this the multiverse route.
Yeah. I mean,
but still, it was a little sad that there was no ties to.
Yeah.
But I honestly, just like going back to what you were saying, I think it may be a little too soon to bring in, not the multiverse, but mutants.
I mean,
speaking of,
we talked about that.
Is that legit? Is that news that dropped today?
I think that's legit. It's Marvel Studios, The Mutants. Which we'll get into that. Well,
I still haven't read the article because I
haven't either.
Avoid spoilers.
I'll probably do that just a little bit later on. But what else was there? Let's see. White Vision. Like you said, I'm very curious to see on what they do with White Vision. Like, what purpose is he gonna have in the MCU?
Yeah.
And then when Monica Rambeau, what's her future going to be like? Because at that first post-credit scene, it looked like she was planning on going to meet Nick Fury relatively soon, based on that conversation with that Skrull agent. Agatha stuck is in Westview from now on. or so we think. I mean, obviously something could happen.
Yeah.
What else was there? I had a weird little thought I had was like how everybody in Westview hated Wanda because of what she did with them. And then a part of it was
Yeah.
kind of like, I wonder if this same kind of attitude that they have, or this, I guess hatred. Well, no, I guess they did kind of hate her for what she did. Could also have implications on like mutants when they come into, because really, if you think about it, there's really not a lot of there's superpower beings, but there's nothing like mutants in the MCU right now. You know, uh,
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that Kevin Feige considers like Agents of Shield to be canon.
yeah, I
So
don't
all
think
the
I would.
Inhumans and that, I don't.
Yeah,
They're not even part of the MCU
yeah,
officially. So really, as far as like actual superpowered beings, there aren't that many. Because I mean, think about most characters in the MCU right now that have superpowers got them out of either some kind of accident
yeah,
or they were experimented on.
yep.
Um, so to see like actual, you know, super superpowers that have been, you know,
Yeah,
from birth,
yeah.
that will be cool to see
Um,
eventually.
yeah. And so transitioning to like just the series over the whole series. I enjoyed WandaVision. I
Oh
was
yeah,
I I wasn't as excited about WandaVision to begin with.
as Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah. I think I was more interested by that. And then obviously I knew they were doing WandaVision. I was like, okay, that might be interesting. But I'm glad WandaVision came out first when it
Yeah,
comes to
for
these
real.
Marvel movie TV shows, because like like we talked about last week, where we had a year of no Marvel content whatsoever, and WandaVision comes out and it's just everybody loves it. Now, yes, the first two episodes, from what I can tell, a lot of people didn't like.
That's because, and
I think it's
I
because
get
people
so
didn't.
tired of people saying that and hearing that because it's like it's not that hard to see what's going on in the
Yeah,
first episode. You know, once you get to the end of the first episode, you understand, okay, something's off.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you know, number one, going into it, why is this in the style of I Love Lucy, like old 50 sitcoms? Like,
yeah.
why? Why would it? This is not Marvel. You have to go into it. I don't see how people didn't go into it and understand.
Well, also
Hey,
that, like,
this isn't normal. There's got to be something going
yeah,
on.
and
I
he
mean,
and in episode 8, it basically explains why these episodes were set up the way they were.
yeah,
It's because Wanda's family watched these
that
kind of.
was
That's
yeah.
when I saw that, I was like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense on
Yeah,
why.
Dan and I were watching it, and she turned to me. She was like, "Oh," and I was like,
and
"Yeah, I
so
know.
and so
It's sad."
people, so but I think majority of everybody loved WandaVision. I honestly can't point out what my favorite episode is. They're all really good. Uh,
Yeah,
I I think the see I can't I guess I can say episode 9 is my favorite, but I liked all the episodes. You know, like the jokes throughout this entire series was really good. They they obviously they came off as, corny, but that's because that the style of era they were in each episode fit that the way it needed to be fitted. And so, you had
yeah.
corny
I was
jokes
gonna
from the.
say like the I I loved the sitcom episodes
Mhm,
just for the reason of you know, I mean, I grew up with TV and I watched a lot of the old stuff. You
mhm.
know, late at night, Nick at Night, watch
Oh
those old
yeah.
sitcoms, and like to see how accurately they like pay homage to all these old sitcoms, like
Yeah.
even with the title screens. Like the first one was I Love Lucy, Dick Van Dyke Show. Second one was more 60s.
Mhm.
There was like a big Brady Bunch vibe in the
Yeah.
70s episode. Full House,
Yeah.
Family Ties. Like I
That.
loved all the little references and stuff. It was so cool
Oh yeah.
to see them do that just from like an artistic standpoint. Um, but I mean, even still, it was. I thought all that
Yeah.
was really cool.
And then obviously,
Um,
Marvel, obviously everybody figured out who Agatha was
yeah,
from the very beginning. And then the rabbit, I guess the
yeah,
rabbit was really just a
just a
just a throw-in thing, a Marvel reference. Um, I guess a lot of people thought the director Hayward was going to be Ultron in disguise. I guess that's not. See, it also like it got it got
oh, what's up?
oh yeah,
What?
in the comics, old like there's like a few comics where like Ultron is like in a human disguise, and so a
Huh?
lot of people thought that Ultron was director Hayward,
I gotta
but
say, the first moment White Vision spoke, he didn't speak too clearly, and I
oh I
swear
know, oh I
I
know,
thought it
yeah,
was James Spader's voice at
oh I
first,
know,
and
yeah,
I got so pumped.
I
And then
thought
he
that
talked
too.
again.
And I was like,
He talked again, and
oh
I was like, okay, it's not James Spader, but he still sounds pretty cool.
yeah, it was relatively close to James Spader's voice.
Yeah,
But it very very sad in episode 9. Very sad to just like because Wanda knew she was gonna have to like let it go, let all that go,
yeah,
and
I
like
figured that would happen.
yeah,
We called that.
yeah, well, yeah, and I think you know people Westview you hate Wanda, but like Monica said, if they knew what you did, what you gave up for them,
Yeah,
but I mean, even Wanda said it wouldn't change how they feel about me, and what I did to them, and
yeah.
obviously
I was
Wanda,
just reading about that. Like, I saw somebody comment saying basically like that they couldn't believe that Monica was being like so supportive of Wanda when she basically, you know, brainwashed an entire town for a couple weeks.
mm,
But in the beginning, at the start of it, she didn't know that she was doing this.
right, right,
She didn't even realize that it wasn't real until, you know, people start messing things up.
mm,
Monica comes out with the little Ultron comment,
yeah,
and Wanda's like, "Okay, what's up? This isn't perfect. What's going
yeah,
on?" So I don't think she was fully aware of what she was doing,
right,
and how and that she was hurting people.
right.
Um, so yeah, I mean, I think it's okay to feel bad for her, and I mean, she did. She saved the town from
Yeah.
the evil witch.
Yeah, even like Monica said, like she would have brought back her mom if she had the exact same power. So I think if
Yeah,
anybody in that
yeah. I mean,
situation would have probably done the same thing and just brought a loved one back. So you really can't blame them for
except
that.
for maybe like Steve Rogers,
Well, that's true. Um,
most like
but
selfless character.
I love the costume for Wanda. Look very nice.
Oh, it's so cool. Yeah,
They even
they
gave
teased it
yeah.
in episode 8
Yeah, and
or
they even
7.
get
Sorry,
like
it
if
was
you
7 or
notice,
8.
they gave her like a hood too to go with her outfit. Which I thought was
Mm,
pretty cool. That was pretty neat.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, I guess we still have to wait for what happens with kind of like the mutants because there's like different theories about that. Um, we still
what
don't know
about
how.
Wanda? What about Wanda using her? I call them nightmare powers, but like
Oh yeah, I know what you're
it
talking
was
about.
like the first time she's really used that since Age of Ultron. She like
Oh
made
yeah,
Agatha hallucinate,
Yeah, but
That
then
was
Agatha,
really
but
cool.
then
I
I
was
think
like, she
yeah,
hasn't done this in a long time.
but then I think Agatha turned it against,
She
against
did,
her.
yeah.
Yeah, so I
But
mean,
still, it was
yeah,
cool
it
to
was still
see
good,
that come
but it
back.
was also still pretty cool to see that like while they were fighting, Wanda created those ruins.
Oh
That
yes,
was pretty cool
yeah.
because
Dan
I
actually called that.
yeah, I guess yeah. I mean, I guess that was important because when Agatha mentioned that in episode
Only
episode
the
8,
witch that casts the
yeah.
runes can use magic.
I guess you kind of like had to figure out. Well, Wanda's probably gonna do it because, and I guess you kind of noticed it too that was gonna happen when Wanda was just throwing
Mm.
cosmic bolts, not bolts, but like her magic at the wall of the of Westview. I was like, is she? And then, yep, did that. And
That's
so,
cool.
but it was fun. I loved it though, because like Agatha's just like, you're gonna need me for what's coming, and Wanda's just like, well, I know where to find you. And so I was like, that's kind of cold right there, but it is what it
Yeah,
is. Uh, but overall, I really enjoyed WandaVision. I
yeah,
think
for sure.
for since it was the first one coming out of the Marvel Disney series, I'm very excited for the other ones. Loki, uh, Falcon and Winter
Loki's
Soldier.
gonna be cool.
Oh yeah, I'm very excited for Loki. I think that's gonna
I
be.
was I was skeptical about Loki just as a concept until I
Mhm.
saw the trailer and what they're
Oh yeah,
doing, like
yeah,
the time. What do they call the TV? TM, I can't remember the name of
yeah,
the. It's from the comics, but
yeah, yeah,
basically they watch over the timelines.
yeah. And then also we
And
have,
he,
we also have I think currently going on right now is the Hawkeye TV series for Disney Plus. So that's going to be coming down the line. Probably, I don't know if it'll be this year
yeah,
though. It might be next
I
year, I
think
think.
are they filming that?
I think they are. There's been a few set photos released of Jeremy Rayner and Kate Bishop. Not Kate Bishop. I forgot the girl who's playing Kate Bishop. That's been out. And then Oscar Isaac is playing Moon Knight.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
and so that's
that'll be a
that.
while.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be down the line because that, again, Moon Knight's another kind of thing that Marvel kind of has to be careful. I would say they it's not they have to play it safe, but they guess kind of have to be careful on how they handle Moon Knight because obviously you
He's a
deal with
pretty
like
dark
yeah,
character.
yeah. So I don't know if it'll be. I don't know. I just have to wait and see. I'm
Who
probably gonna just.
knows? I mean, they're bringing in Deadpool 3.
That's true. No, that's true. I mean,
Hey,
they'll probably just have like a warning, like, listen, we warned you guys, and you guys didn't want to listen. So
yeah,
here's demons and angels or whatever. So
they're doing a Blade movie. I
they
mean,
are.
no,
They
but
are.
I heard that it's going to be PG-13,
Oh,
which is
that's kind
it's
of
kind
bad.
of lame because Blade is definitely rated R.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a rated R kind of film.
Yeah.
But other than that, before we wrap up, so you have any other final thoughts on the WandaVision?
Um, no, not off the top of my head. It was a great series. I really loved it. I look forward to see where they go with the next couple shows for sure.
Right,
Um,
right.
but yeah, it was a pretty fun ride.
It was. It was. I mean, I could see myself watching it all over again. Honestly, I wouldn't mind
Yeah,
that.
actually, I wanted to like rewatch all the episodes through before I watched the finale, but
Yeah, I didn't have much time to do that. I thought
yeah,
about that too, but I just didn't have much time to do it. But well, all right. If that's nothing else, I think we'll end this little video, and you guys stick around because later on this week we're gonna have our part 2 of our MCU rankings. And other than that, until then, me and Jimmy will catch you guys later, and we'll see you. Say bye, Jimmy. Oh, you didn't say bye.